Hi there folks, and welcome to the Word Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour, issue number 173. So we're starting off with entertainment, and Friends, the TV sitcom, is celebrating its 25th birthday, and it first showed its first episode 25 years ago last Sunday. So on what date was this? Well, we need a day of the month first of all, so we do know it's last Sunday, so this newspaper's published on a Sunday, so all we would need to do is take 7 away from 29, so it's going to be in the 22nd. Obviously it's still going to be September, so that's going to be '09, and if it's 25 years ago, we take 25 away from 2019, so that would be 1994. So I think myself reading this, and some of your teachers will probably be feeling quite old here. Anyway, it went in a flash and it's still as popular as ever. So on to our next story. So there's one county in England without a McDonald's, but there's planning permission in and it may yet happen now. But this is actually quite a tricky question this week. So how many McDonald's restaurants are there currently in the UK? So it's a prime number and we're telling you it's the 204th prime number. So obviously prime numbers are numbers with exactly two factors, themselves and one. So 2 is the smallest prime number, so that would be the first prime number. 3 would be the second prime number. 5 would be the third prime number, and so on and so forth. But to get to the 204th prime number, this would take forever. But we did give you a wee hint. We told you that the first 203 prime numbers are all less than 1238. So we're going to do some investigating here to find out what this 204th prime number is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm not going to try I'm not going to investigate the even numbers, because obviously they've got 2 as a factor, which means that they've got more than 2 factors, because the only even prime number is 2. So I'm going to try 1239 first of all. So the rules are, we rule out the even numbers, and then we check for 3 as a factor, and then we check for 5 as a factor, and then we check for any other prime number as a factor. And as you'll see from some of these, this can actually be quite tricky. So how you check to see if 3 is a factor is you do the divide by 3 test. So you add up all the digits and then see if your answer is a multiple of 3. If it is, that means you can divide the number by 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 9, that is going to give you 15, and 15 is a multiple of 3, so 3 is going to be a factor. And to be precise, this is all the factors here, you know, if you were to work it out fully. So 1239 is not a prime number. So we're going to skip 1240 because that's even, and we'll now investigate 1241. So if we do the divide by 3 test, we get 8, which cannot be divided by 3, so 3 is not a factor. Looking good so far. 5 is not a factor because it doesn't end in a 0 or a 5. So then you've got to try dividing by all the other prime numbers to see if any of them are a factor. So you would try 7, you would try 11, you would try 13, but actually you can divide this by 17 if you checked with your calculator, and you didn't have to go that far, you only had to try a few other prime numbers before that. So it's got 4 factors, so it's not a prime number. So I'll skip 1242 because it's even. Now let's investigate 1243. Again, it doesn't pass the divide by 3 test, so we try the other prime numbers, so 7, 11, and if you actually divide that in your calculator, you'll find that 11 is a factor. So there's 4 factors, so it's not a prime number. So we'll skip 1244. Now let's investigate 1245. Now, we don't actually need the divide by 3 test because it's pretty obvious that 5 is going to be a factor. It's divisible by 5 because it ends in a 5. So that means it's going to have more than 2 factors. And as you can see here, it's actually got quite a lot. So 1245 is not a prime number. So we're going to skip 1246. So let's investigate 1247. And this was the trickiest of them all. So 14, it's not divisible by 3. It doesn't end in a 5. So we tried dividing by 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, and believe it or not, you can actually divide this one by 29. So it actually had 4 factors and therefore wasn't a prime number. So really, you would have had to be really thorough with your checking there to rule that one out. And then we get to 1249, and if you try divide by 3, divide by 5, try enough prime numbers as you can think of, what you'll actually find is that 1249 is the 204th prime number, and therefore that's the number of restaurants that McDonald's currently have in the UK. So if you got that one to work out, I'm very impressed. Okay, so it was also International Day of Sign Languages, celebrated this week on the 23rd of September. So we want to know here on what day of the week was it celebrated. So it was on the 23rd, so that's going to be 6 days off of the 29th, so one day less than a week, so it would have been on Monday then, because 7 days ago would have been the Sunday. So we've now to work out what word is signed below by looking up the pattern in the table here. So the two fingers here matches up with the two fingers there, so the first letter is going to be an N. So in the second one, we're pointing towards the pinky. I don't know if you know, but those 5 fingers represent vowels: A, E, I, O and U. So it's pointing to the pinky, so that's going to be U then, and as you can see it matches up with the picture. So we've got NU. Wonder if you can work out what this is going to be yet. So the 3 fingers, so that's similar to N, isn't it? And that's because it's M. So again, it's pointing to a finger, so that's going to be a vowel. It's going to be E, isn't it? Because it's pointing to the index finger. So then we've got, well, actually it looks like an R, well, a backwards R there, doesn't it? And it is in fact an R. And it's pointed to the thumb, so that's the first vowel. So that's going to be A. And then this looks like a backwards, what the actual letter is, it's a backwards C, and that's exactly what it is. And this kind of does look like a Y, doesn't it? And as you can see, it matches up with the picture there. So the word we were looking for was numeracy. Well, this is of course your free weekly numeracy newspaper after all, isn't it? And part C, you have to draw the signs for your name and you have to sign it for your friend. So, I mean, I actually know a bit of sign language myself. I've got several members of my family who cannot hear, and I do think it's a wonderful skill to learn. I learned it from a young age, so maybe it's worth putting a bit of time in yourself. It's the equivalent of speaking another language, isn't it? So I hope you got an okay with that last part there. Okay, so on to our final story. We've got this ridiculously fast rocket being developed, which apparently means a flight to Australia would be possible in just 4 hours. So what would the average speed of the plane powered by this jet be? Well, speed of or what must it be in order to make it in 4 hours? So speed is distance divided by time. The distance is 9,440 miles. The time is 4 hours. That's what we're checking to see. So if we divide them, we get an answer of 2,360. Now, if the distance is miles and the time is hours, then the speed's going to be in miles per hour. And I'll tell you right now, they will never get me in a plane travelling that fast, I have to say. Okay guys, there you have it, our solutions for this week. Some tricky stuff here, particularly that McDonald's question. So I hope you enjoyed trying to solve these problems. Stay tuned for next week's edition when we're going to be looking at more stories for the news of the week and the numbers behind them. So in the meantime, thanks for watching and bye for now.